Also representing one of our gold sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Please again just give a huge round of applause for all our sponsors. Go ahead and give a giant round of applause right now for all our sponsors. Giant round of applause just so I can... So a couple of reasons, so that people are now listening as to why is there a giant round of applause happening. Please make your way into the main stage area. We've got a couple more announcements. All right, I'd now like to welcome to the stage one of our gold sponsors. He is the regional vice president for ASEAN and Pakistan. Ask him why. For A10, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Jonathan Tan.
Thanks, Tim. Good evening, everyone. Jonathan from A10. Just want to, my marketing say to catch attention. I think, a lot of you have a lot of drinks, and I see that there's a lot of energy in the current hall. So my marketing say that to catch your attention, play this video or play this soundbite. So I'm going to do that. Let's see whether it works. Okay. So apparently, if you hear that, that's we're going to give away the latest tech toy, BB-8 droid, and it pays a little bit, a couple of slides that will get you into a very good position to win those droids. Okay, so a little bit about A10. A10 is listed in the New York Stock Exchange. We are growing rapidly, right? Over the last few quarters. Right, again, my name is Jonathan. A little bit about A10. The three areas that we really do very well, seeing those growth, primarily is about helping customer ensure that their business on the e-commerce space accelerate. Typically in three areas. Number one, we talk about security, how we help customers secure those applications, including providing very advanced technology to talk about encryption, decryption, which is where the latest attack is happening. That's one on the security front. On the second part, we help customers make their application run faster, delivering amazing application speed and customer experience, regardless of the device that they are operating. Right. So that's another area. We have very specific technology that works with web server, database, as well as renowned application from Oracle to SAP. We accelerate that, Microsoft Exchange. Those are the technologies that we bring to really deliver amazing application to the users. Last but not least, I think it is very important in any data center. We talk about always on, 24/7, 365 days a week. Any technologies that, any things that bring down the data centers, such as denial of service, A10 provides that capability all within one unified platform. As a result, of the ability to scale at a high performance on these three core functions, a lot of customers, the e-commerce customer, primarily the likes of Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter, they look at A10 to consolidate their architecture with one platform. Same platform that delivers these three important functionality in the data center. Now, specifically with Avaya actually use A10 in their data centers to provide service on demand for their video conferencing solution. And that's how we get into partnership with Avaya as well. So you can see that, regardless, beg your pardon, let me move on the Avaya part, right? Talk about scalability. We scale up to support Avaya as the largest site, up to 20,000 users concurrently, right? This is done at a corporate level as a partnership with Avaya, and that's where A10 is very excited to be here, right? Second thing is the highest performance. On the same platform, we deliver acceleration on the Avaya video conferencing. At the same time, we make sure that the footprint in the data center is reduced dramatically. Right, we talk about data center architecture. We collapse a couple of devices that traditionally is done by few load balancer, as well as some at the data center level, a global, what they call the global data center failover. all on the same platform, we consolidate so that it becomes simplified for Avaya and its customer. Last but not least, always on, right? So we talk about being an important device in the data center, right? We mitigate high volume of DDoS. We have customers like Xbox, right, who use our technology because they depend on A10 to mitigate DDoS, which has been primarily the source of attack that we see, happening to, e-commerce side. So nothing else. If you look at A10 appliance, the same technology that we do across this functionality runs on the same advanced core operating system. Now, as and when the customers start to scale with more users, those functionality are deployed, when the demands arises. As a result, it reduced tremendous TCO for a lot of our customers. Now, the last thing is that security. I talked briefly about the advanced security, which is an area that we are seeing high growth coming from government and financial institutions, primarily from bank. This is where the hacker, is really coming into those organizations. The SSL traffic, right, which is what is right now the common use of channel to go into any data center, a channel to go into any enterprises, is through SSL. Now, most of the security devices that the bank or the government has invested, be it firewall to IPS to APT, they are not enabling that to look at SSL. The case of, if you read the post-mortem review about JP Morgan, Target Corporation, all the hacking, all the infiltration is done through SSL. The hacker basically, reach out to the users through, SSL, HTTP link. Now, none of the security devices is looking at that. Now, where A10 comes in is that we have the technology that is decrypting that SSL traffic so that the security device, be it the firewall, the IPS, or the APT, is able to look at that traffic for malicious packets, right? So what we do is that we work with security vendors to enable that piece that traditionally is not able to be performed by any of these security vendors. And that's another area of growth that we are seeing tremendous. Obviously, with a technology like this, it talks about A10 ability to scale and to show the performance. Yeah. So we have the highest decryption engine that's talk about at 23 gig per second with a 4K key. So if you are deploying with any customer's environment, or you are customers who are using a 4K key, such as bank or government, you find that to have A10 decrypt at the highest level with a low latency is going to be very important. Okay. Second, we decrypt once and we pass this traffic simultaneously to the firewall, to the IPS as well as the APD, so that they can look at the traffic in clear and determine whether there's any malicious attack, right? At the same time, we encrypt it back so that the traffic basically goes. And when it's inbound, we decrypt, and the same session is being mapped by the security device to determine whether it's going to be enforced, controlled, and so forth, right? So traffic steering is that we have the ability to pass the traffic to simultaneous equipment to do its job, right? And at this point in time, only A10 can deliver this performance. There's no other company in the world that can do that. Okay? We are proud to be associated with Avaya as well as some of the security vendors, such as Checkpoint, Palo Alto Networks, FireEye, Trend, and so forth, because we get into discussion with their customer because of our unique technology. Now, this is most important. So, if what you heard from me, go to my booth, right? We have a booth there, fill up the information that I just shared with you, where, you talk about SSL Insight, you stand a good chance to win a drawing right after. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank Avaya for inviting A10. Thank you very much.
Thank you.